let's move on to the third segment of the show here. I just got here. Can you restart the game? Oh, it's no problem. We're not very far in there anyway, so... Whoops. I just meant to hit quick save. R.I.P. Scott, long live Hainong Manzukis. Oh, you mean Jeffrey character Wheaties. I love that guy. Alright, brew a swallow potion is what they're asking me. So I've got to go to the herbalist. So, first, come back this way. I know the world map. Okay, it's alright. I understand. Yes. No, I appreciate the laborious tutorial. I really sincerely do. Brew a dose of the swallow potion. You can place your own markers on the map. Was this where the herbalist was? They were in one of these villages. I don't think Broken Bridge, Sawmill, Nilfgaardian Garrison, the Mill. You could steal some dwarven spirit from the man you had hung. What happened between you and this Renwick customer? You cannot fast travel from here. You must find a fast travel signpost. It's the herb symbol. Hell yeah, dude. I know what that means. It's the herb symbol. Right here. Genius! Who needs a tutorial when you can just have 4,800 people watch you and give you the highly specific feedback that you need in order to survive? So we need to walk like almost 180 degrees in the other direction. Just go to your alchemy menu and brew it. We can't actually because, nope, I'm an idiot. We can't actually because we need, dwarven spirit. Yo, we don't say herb. Just deal with it. We say herb in this life.
Yes?
Got any herbs you're willing to sell?
I'm sure I can find something.
I'm sure I can find something. It's not really what I asked. Dwarven spirit. Is this, right? Wait, no, it's 5th essence. Duckle water, of course. Or a Daniel herb. This one? Dwarven spirit. Saki it to me, baby. We can only afford one, so that's a start.
Tell me something about yourself. What's your story?
A sad one. Do you know the Temple of Melitele in Alanda?
Oh, the Temple of Melitele? Why didn't you say so?
Can't remember how many times I've
I got a great Panzerolo in Little Italy once.
We must have missed each other. I started to become a healer under Mother Neneka.
You gave the expansion to Neneka?
I was but 18 when they took me in. An age at which teachings interest one far less than love. There was a boy, Goslav. He'd bare his chest to work. The novices couldn't keep their eyes off him, tripped over their own feet, dropped things. I left the temple for him. We passed a lovely summer together, and then he left.
Was it worth it?
Neneke refused to take me back. My parents uttered not a word. Gave me a travel cloak and a small coin pouch. I struggled long to find a place where I'd feel safe, needed. Until I finally
That's a total
arrived here.
Neneka move, dude.
End of story.
Farewell.
Oh, jeez. You didn't even say I'm sorry to that person. What is you gave the expansion to Beneki meme? It's a Tyronism. No, I don't want to select the blue mutagen. It must first be equipped using the inventory panel. We've done it. And then, like, every time we meditate or sleep, we get our swallow potions back or something. Or over time they come back.
Yes?
I have a potion for Lena.
Got a potion
Lena,
for
I can be
Swallow.
your alchemist.
Symbol of
Put an
rebirth.
end to all this
Fitting its name's go.
nonsense.
We'll see. Like I said, could harm her. Deeply. Works on me immediately.
Conveniently placed
But I have a faster
patch.
metabolism. Effects won't appear in her case for a few days.
You have to find a
Why'd
bonfire.
you choose this in the end?
Decided it was better than doing nothing.
Any alcohol you have in your
I like
inventory
you,
will
Witcher.
automatically refill your potions
Here.
when you meditate. Dope.
A small
Thank you.
gift. For giving a damn.
What would you give me? Oh, 350 experience points? That ain't bad, man. 50 crowns? Venom extract times 2? A new alchemy formula? A new manuscript page? A new moon record of sweat and blood? A veil hangs between the world men see and the one they cannot. This veil blocks the dead from the view of the living. Dope. The dead can also break through the veil and enter the world of the living on their own, yet unlike the necromancers in doing so, they are not driven by reason and will, but by a thoughtless, irrational need. This need arises from powerful emotions, such as regret, longing, or wrath. Very often these emotions gain their power by being invested in a material object, but the dead individual, while he or she still knew life, the objects most frequently so endowed, wedding rings, favorite toys, or the instrument used for the crime which sent the returned individual to the other world in the first place. Do Devil by the Well. It's a higher level quest, isn't it? Oh, it's a suggested level 2. Nothing wrong with that. In White Orchard, Geralt happened upon a notice posted by a certain Odolin residing in the village. The man wanted someone to take out the monster who was haunting the area around an old well, and doing so required a professional. This was as typical of Witcher work as they come, so Geralt decided to talk to the man. Let's do it. 178 steps. We get in a horse. Seriously, though, you put this NPC in a red dress, and that's Kate Bush. I do not know what Kate Bush looks like, but I know she is an alt-rock icon. Odolin rules! You know what I like about The Witcher? I really like Dragon Age Inquisition, by the way, which might not be the most popular opinion, but it was well respected when it came out, at least, and I had a good time playing it. But Dragon Age Inquisition does the fantasy thing where they're like, you know, you're 2 hours into the game, complete your run of my horse's obstacle course to get your horse. To get your horse? To get your horse. Whereas in The Witcher, they're just like, oh yeah, you just start with a horse because you're a fucking Witcher. Of course. We're not going to make you go through the, you know, Ponyta nonsense to get a horse. Odolin rules.
Greetings, good man. Having trouble with your well? That's what I read.
Aye.
It's John C. Reilly again.
Has been for a good 20 years.
20?
This is Gwent, man.
So why'd you put out a notice just now?
Because earlier on we drew our water from the river. But so many corpses floating in it after the battle it's turned noxious. My daughter Mandy drank half a pitcher. Felt dreadful ill, can't keep nothing down.
It
She
sounds
goes
like
most of the day.
Lakeport honey.
Herbalist claims
That's a
you
joke
fight
about
the fever
Ontario
with drink.
beer.
And not beer nor cider, but
Okay, well,
water.
sorry then.
Clear, pure water. And where am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away. And it don't let any man near.
This ghost. Describe it for me.
Well, it's awful frightening. Awful.
I meant, what does it look like?
It looks like a woman fresh from the
Gross!
grave.
Where's Vesemir?
Wears a dirty dress, all rags, its skin flaking off its bones, and it howls like it's
Scholar,
suffering.
novelist, peasant,
Some
Gwent
wraith.
master.
Or maybe
Is there
an
anything
elf?
this man
If you
can't
don't
do?
wallop it
I didn't
once,
say his name, but I know
If you
whose
don't
face popped
take
into
care
your
of it,
head.
that is, it'll come kill me daughter.
I feel for you, but this is my job, so let's talk about my pay.
Something not right with the coin.
To haggle for a higher reward, choose an amount by using left and confirm your choice by pressing A. If the offer is too high, they will grow annoyed.
Near in my life have I seen a sum approaching that.
20? Very standard. 27? Never in my life have I seen a sum approaching that. It's approximately 33% higher than the initially tendered offer.
If you could drop your price a bit, I'm sure we'd agree.
Alright, I'll tell you what, I'll meet you in the middle. I'll go from 24 to 23.
That settles it then.
Wow, you're a great negotiator.
Fine, I'll help. Where's this well?
In Havel, a settlement on the heights. It's abandoned now. No one ventures there on account of the ghost being about. Drive it off. Please.
That scared the shit out of me. I thought there was a big monster outside. Look, he's hoping to do a credit default swap in order to gain a higher return. Can I get Margot Robbie in a bathtub to explain that to me so I can actually understand it without being intimidated by financial jargon? Forced. I don't know, dude. When you speak so much on a daily basis, get to the point where I'm making pronunciation errors more likely, or more often than I'd like, I should say.
No sign of a ghost. Maybe it only shows at a certain time of day.
Oh. Find the spirit that haunts this well. Obscure reference to The Big Short. Correct. Not that obscure. It was nominated for Best Picture like, 10 months ago. Good movie, though. Good movie.
Grass around the well's scorched.
The Big Horse.
Bodies dried to a crisp. Signs of burns. All signs point to a noonwraith.
Mod the game so it plays Boobalee when you complete a quest, as opposed to, hey! What do you got against the high, dude?
Noonwraith won't stray too far from the well.
Do you play Magic the Gathering online or just Hearthstone? Honestly, just Hearthstone right now. MTGO is just so expensive. Hearthstone is not necessarily cheap, but it's much cheaper than it's much cheaper than Hearthstone. But it's also, I think Magic is like a better game in terms of complexity, but it's just so expensive. All right, bestiary, bestiary. The residents of White Orchard suffered more than their fair share of misfortunes. Passing armies had trampled their spring planting, a griffin had been abducting their livestock, and the rotten icing on this painful cake, great subtle writing, a noonwraith haunted by a nearby well. No wonder the locals called this final evil a devil. The Witcher could sense something bound her to this place, and that in order to send her off into the ethereal realms, he would first need to learn her secret. Once that was done, he would have to prepare for battle, and a noonwraith is a demanding opponent. She can disorient her victim by blinding him and creating mirror images of herself. These copies slowly suck their victim's life energy while their mistress remains untouchable. In order to defeat her, the Witcher could not rely on his silver sword alone. The Yrden sign would also be needed to trap her and force her to take on a material form. Vulnerable against moon dust bombs, specter oil, and the Yrden sign. Okay. Find the spirit that haunts this well. So I'm gonna like meditate until nighttime. Check it out.
Wonder what it's doing here. Too close.
I didn't really want to fight her, I just wanted to follow her. I forced you to take on a corporeal form. Quest updated.
She fled, but she'll be back tomorrow. Something's keeping her here.
Read the entry about noonwraiths in the bestiary. I did, dude. It's not nighttime. You went till noon. Well, and I went till midnight, but then the, you know, she appeared. Oh, noonwraith shows up at noon. Night wraiths show up at night. Makes sense, dude. Makes sense. Despite what is commonly thought, peasants do not interrupt that. Yeah, okay. Summer days, rural areas. They're much weaker than during the day when you encounter them at night. Good to know. Good to know, dude.
Tied the noonwraith to this place. An object. Something she needs before she'll leave this world.
All right, Sherlock Holmes. Let's do this. Don't mind if I loot. Mind if I roll. Neat. Hell yeah, you know Geralt needs that doll. Now this is where you test and see if you've learned anything in the game so far. I know I could use my sword, but I could also just punch it. And that was seeming like a fun time. Classic quote that will never get old. Dude, if I ever find Lazy Sunday unfunny, just take me out, dude. I don't want to live on a planet where I've lost that sense of humor. I think we looted the crap out of this place. That was the wrong sign? You can use both though, can't you? Yeah, bear fat. You know, here's my impression of being a bear. Like a bear fat. Here's my impression of a dog. Oh, dog tallow. The Igni sign is for bees only. Bees only. Old Goat Hide. How'd you know my college nickname? Here comes Old Goat Hide. That's how you know you haven't cleaned house in long enough. There's a fucking tree growing inside me. Ben! It's as clean as that she could see herself in it if she wished. Gonna guess that it's that red item there, huh? Sure, black magic doll. Why wouldn't I want to pick that up?
Stabbed with a knife, died on the spot. Animals fed on his body, picked his skeleton clean. More blood stains over there. But it's not his blood.
Yellow diary.
Might be useful.
27/3/1250. Why don't you just write March 27th, alright? Nobody's impressed that you know Roman numerals. It's happened. Volker sent a petition of our grievances against the Lord to the court at Vizima, listed all the harm he's done us, how he killed Johann for not taking off his cap quick enough, how he trampled our fields when drunk with nary a thought of repayment, how he barged in during Peter's wedding and demanded his right of the first night. Disgusting. Now we finally got what we begged mightily for in our prayers for so long. The judge recognized our grievances and waived our bonds and duties to the Lord. We can finally strike out on our own. April 12th, 1250. Okay, so it's been like a month. The first day of our freedom. Hovel's not much of a village yet, but to my mind, it's better than the most fantastic place. Volker turned our home, fumed our home with hazelwood smoke to drive out evil, buried a marten under the gate to make sure no thieves cross our threshold, and then he gave me a bracelet, loveliest I've ever seen. Mother said it's foolish to spend so much on a bauble when we haven't plows nor hoes, that we ought return it to the merchant. Over my dead body, I'll never take it off. It'll always be there to remind me of Volker, of how happy we were that day. And then 3 days later. They say the Lord is coming to see us, that he wants to make a deal to beg us to return to the village. They say he's calmed since his son died, that he's not as quick to anger about small slights. Well, we'll see. One way or another, I have no intention to move 1 inch from here.
Might be what ties the woman's spirit to this place. Blood stains, barely visible. Someone was dragged this way. Someone who was still alive.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles,
Small
paid
hands.
in blood.
A woman's. Someone dragged her out. She was wounded. Fought for her life. No body in sight, but might still find some tracks. Under the right conditions, bloodstains can remain visible for decades.
I thought the egg was supposed to be good at math. I did things backwards.
Another print by the well.
Perhaps. This game is, like, framed very nicely. Like, the way that they do shots during cutscenes is very cinematic.
Bloodstains. Almost faded. But the line's taut. Something's not right. A corpse, hanged by the bucket rope.
Probably should have looked in there first, huh?
Woman the journal belonged to. Must be. Wide pelvis, small jaw. A woman.
What a sucker.
Round
Even in
judging by
death,
the
we
teeth.
still have to judge her by her
Left
looks.
arm's missing.
Insulting, Geralt.
Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off. Gotta jump down there. Hope I don't break my legs.
Gotta get a voice recorder, or perhaps some kind of pet that I can speak to, instead of talking to myself all this time. Please, no drowners. Why is this strange man talking to himself? Didn't see them. Must have snuck up on me. But what sneaks up on a witcher? Except another witcher. Excuse me. Thank you. Ornate bracelet. Find a way out of the cave. Maybe she's more pissed about her her arm falling off than the whole bracelet thing. But I might be mistaken. Did you play The Witcher 2? I played like 2 hours of it. Or no, but sorry, 2 acts of it, so like 30 hours of it, but I never finished it.
But I'll have to burn it with the body to get rid
This
of
dude
the
should have like
noonwraith
hung a
for
rope
good.
up there to begin
Better
with,
do
though.
it near the well.
Instead of just hoping that there's a way out of the cave. Come on, Geralt. It's like some Bush League stuff. Can't see. There we go. Please go faster. Geralt, go faster. Geralt, thank you. Swimming controls are taking some getting used to. How long would her body have to hang there to decompose like it did? Only 10 or 15 seconds, honestly. In this day and age. There we go. I think I've got swimming down a little bit. I was holding X like the whole time. But it's unnecessary. Prepare to fight the noonwraith and light a fire near the well. I mean, we could prepare for this, but we're at the suggested level, so we might be okay.
Need to prepare for this fight.
Or not.
Brew some wraith oil. Drink some potions.
That's also acceptable, if you'd prefer to do things that way. I don't think I have enough ingredients to really make anything, though. Yeah, rigor mortis is really fast in wells. Everybody knows that. That's why when they're like, you know, when you go to the well, be careful, don't die in the well. It's like the first thing they tell you. Light a fire to destroy the noonwraith's bones and bracelets. In any of the games that you streamed, in which would you prefer to be an ordinary citizen? Well, of all the games we've played, I think I'd rather be an ordinary citizen in, like, Hitman or Grand Theft Auto 5. Those seem like they're pretty much like the exact... That is disgusting. Is that what a human tongue looks like if it's missing the lower mandible? That's pretty much just like normal life. This is the wrong sign! I've opened up my eyes and I've gone for the wrong sign. Life is demanding without understanding, etc., etc. Am I using the right sword? Those are just the real world? Exactly, dude. She's blinded me. Please, you will be forced to take on a material form. Leave this place! I love that Geralt has, like, no compassion. Ugly bastard!
She's gone. For good.
True, at least if you die in Hitman, you know that the killer's gonna be penalized for it. Exactly. Ooh, look at that noonwraith trophy. We must have leveled up. Oh, hey! Absolutely. Hold down the left trigger at all times. It's the only way to play The Witcher. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Well, that was relatively easy. We'll level up again. Yeah, mutagens, etc., etc. Okay, select the mutagens tab. Don't mind if I do. Give me a second here. Choose a mutagen, then place it in the indicated spot. Plus 50 vitality. That seems pretty good. Thank you. So we can put a green ability in there, right? Brewing, oil preparation, bomb creation, mutation. Oh, but it's always active, and we don't have access to any of these. Yeah, we can't put that one up there, and we don't have access to this one. I see. All combat perks or no balls. Well, we could use better fast attack. But fast attack damage increased by 5 kind of, like, strikes me as not being exciting. Oops. You should take the gourmet perk. Alright, everyone's telling me to take the gourmet perk. If that's one that's worth getting, we might as well get it early. Probably general. Gourmet. Eating food regenerates vitality for 20 minutes. Alright. Sure. That seems extremely sensible. And do we need to put the sign perk up there? I thought we'd already put that someplace else, but... Whoops. Again. Like, do we have to put the Axie sign over here? You unequipped the sign perk. Okay, okay. Delusion, I should say. A world of delusion. Return to Odalon for a reward. This dude better not stiff me. I want my 23 crowns. I negotiated for 23 crowns. I want my 23 crowns. We tricked him. Gourmet actually sucks. It's like, it could be worse, right? I don't know what I'm doing anyway. I probably just would have used nothing there. So I'll take Gourmet, even if it sucks. But I imagine you're inverse trolling me, and it's probably actually good. What's up, Odalon? I
Job
saved your
done.
daughter's life.
The well was haunted by the ghost of a woman who was killed there. I drove it away.
I just hope every unburied wretch don't start haunting us. Well, that battlefield's gonna cause us a heap of trouble.
If they do, you know who to contact. Meanwhile, Claire, Volker, names ring a bell?
I don't know him.
Yeah, I don't know him. I was too busy filming Talladega Nights and Dr. Steve
Same
Brule.
one, maybe? Your reward, Master Witcher. The gold I'd hid away for Mandy's dowry. Without you, she'd never have lived to wed. Now, let's hope for it, at least.
At this point, doubt I'll ever marry. You keep the coin from Mandy, her wedding. Raise a toast to my health then.
Thank you, Master Witcher. Them's warm words, you've a good heart. But I can't let you go empty-handed. Take this, at least. Good luck.
Take this at least. Hi! New item received, amethyst. There you go. See, we have some honor. Never let anybody tell you we don't have honor in this game. We also got a